Hello, Leo listeners. Cara here from leolistening.com, where I help bookworms and vocab nerds stop reading their favorite films and start watching them. Right, so I have a question for you today. So we've done our 3 weeks on understanding Never Let Me Go. Hopefully you've joined us in the Subtitle Freedom Club to talk about the book and the film and other book and film combos. And today I just wanted to share a bit more on my experience. So I wanted to start off by asking about a famous quote. Have you ever seen it before on the internet? It's the one that goes, "Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results." So apparently Einstein said this, and it reminds me of my approach to watching French films at school and university. Now, I'm not saying I was insane. I'm just saying that I kept doing the wrong things and hoping that everything would work out okay. So what were these wrong things, you ask? Well, my approach to listening back then was basically practice makes perfect, because I was like, well, what else can I do? So I used to rent out cassettes of French films. Yes, I'm old enough to remember video cassettes. I used to get those from the library and then watch them at home. I used to watch them without subtitles. And then need the subtitles because I didn't understand and feel frustrated about that and want to give up. So before moving to France in 2007, I thought watching films in the language would be good for listening practice. So I think you've all been there. Once you've got beyond the basics in a language, you want to get in touch with the real version of it, not just the textbook version. The thing is, lots of people give kind of boring, generic language learning advice. So it's like, well, what you need to do in the language you want to learn is just watch films, read the newspaper, listen to the radio, read books. So do the things that you do anyway, but just in the language you want to learn. So it sounds good on paper, but excuse me. The problem is this advice ignores all the challenges that you face that make you want to throw your laptop out of the window. So as we've seen over the past few weeks when trying to understand Never Let Me Go, and here's a quick reminder of some of those things. So one of the issues is, of course, that films represent, and even TV series too, represent the culture behind the language. So even if you understand the words, what you hear might not make any sense just because you've got cultural knowledge that's lacking. Hey, that happens. You're not from the country. So that means you won't understand parts of the dialogue that are references to other films or works of art or historical events. We've also talked about the fact that of all spoken dialogue, movie dialogue is the hardest to catch. Now, usually you watch a film once. You don't watch it over and over again, and it takes time to get into the context, to adapt to the different actors' voices and understand the plot. So in my earlier videos, I talked about, being thrown out of a helicopter into the wilderness and trying to find your way back to civilization. That's what watching a film is like. Concentrating for, an hour and a half to 2 hours, that's the typical length of a film. It needs a lot of attention. If you're watching it, not on TV, basically, so on DVD or streaming it or whatever, you're not going to get ad breaks. So you're going to have potentially lots of dialogue to process over this time. And it's really mentally exhausting when English isn't your native language. And that's true whether or not you're watching with subtitles. And of course, subtitles add an extra dimension of exhaustion, if you like, because you're having to read at the same time as follow the rest of what's going on in the film. So this is why just watching films isn't helping you. And that's why I chose the insanity quote to start off this video. As I'm not saying that you're crazy, I'm just saying that you don't know better and that it's tough to change, right? You don't know what to do to fix a situation, and quite frankly, it's nice, isn't it, to stick on a film and feel like the language is going into your brain. But I don't want you to sit in front of your computer crying in frustration, especially as water and electricity do not mix. I don't want you to shout abuse at your favorite actors like Ryan Gosling. He doesn't deserve it. And I don't want you to throw your laptop out of the window because those things are expensive. So that's why I created or recreated Movie Mindset Shift, so that you can end the frustration that comes with trying and failing to watch entire movies. It's a 30-day email challenge. I made it because I see you making the same mistakes as I did. When you try to watch a whole film without subtitles, you get frustrated because you can only follow the plot and not the whole dialogue. But you're different. You want to catch everything you hear, and you're ready for a different approach. My experience of watching French films at school and uni taught me that trying to watch whole films in order to practice is overwhelming, frustrating, and unproductive. To understand everything, you actually need to start small, not with whole films, but with film clips. You need to do exercises that let you catch 95% of the clip rather than your usual 60%. And you need to understand why you don't understand. Like we said, we need to diagnose the problem, and only then can we fix it. So in my Movie Mindset Shift Challenge, you watch and understand 10 clips from 3 of the best films of the last 20 years. Somebody has to choose the film, so I did. You'll work on Fargo, Superbad, and Moonrise Kingdom. You go beyond just listening. You do exercises that work because they teach you why you don't understand. So when you sign up, what you get is 10 worksheets, so 1 for each video, with different listening activities to do. So that could be dictations, gap fills, fixing bad subtitles, different things like that. You get my video feedback on each clip. So a bit like what I did last week for Never Let Me Go film. I'll guide you through each clip, and I'll explain what was tricky to catch and why. You'll have 10 clips that I'll send you the links to. They're all on YouTube. You'll have 10 short activities to do for each clip. You'll have emails every few days to help you keep the momentum. So I'm not going to give you a clip to do every day, but every few days you'll get a new one and then another one, and that'll help get you to keep the momentum and keep going to complete the challenge. I'll give you all the information that you'll need on the cultural background, context, and plot, so you're not getting stuck with some of the cultural references. And ultimately, the exercises will help you understand. They're not just for fun. The intention is to make sure you understand what the hell is going on in each clip. So I've upgraded and expanded the course since I first launched it, and I got feedback from various different participants. So I've taken that on board. So I'm adding more videos, worksheets for each clip, and also sharing my insights into why these 3 films are my favorites. But ultimately, the core of the course isn't changing. The whole point of it is to change your mindset, is to shift your thinking, to end the frustration that comes with trying to watch whole films in English. And that is the whole point, okay? And what's so great about this challenge is that after people take it, they realize that watching whole films in order to practice is a waste of time. They know what to do with movie clips to gradually build skills rather than trying to watch whole films, They stop beating themselves up for not understanding. They realize that it's okay to use subtitles if they need them, and they discover fun ways to work on listening that have nothing to do with the exercises you remember from school, and realize that you can improve your listening without just listening and hoping for the best. And more importantly, with Movie Mindset Shift, you take action. So it's not a course with lots of theory. It's all about getting your hands dirty by jumping straight in and trying to understand fast, natural speech. And as I'm relaunching the challenge this weekend, you can get 50% off. So it's yours for €25 instead of 50. So I'm putting all the links to absolutely everything you need underneath this video, so you can go check it out, because I would absolutely love to have you on board and help you shift your mindset so you can start enjoying movies and stop that urge to throw your computer out of the window. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.